Today we're going to be talking about Miracle, a mechanic so strong it's going to make your opponents cry, or make you cry when you draw it on the wrong turn. It's truly the definition of high risk, high reward. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Commander Class episode 140, a series where we break down a little bit of Commander into bite-sized chunks. In this class, episode 140, we're going to be talking about Miracle, a mechanic that turns the top card into your deck into a potential game ender. Miracle lets you cast amazing spells for dramatically cheaper cost, but only if it's the first card you draw that turn. It is flashy, it is powerful, and when it works you feel so unstoppable, but is it actually reliable enough in Commander? Let's find out. But before we dive any deeper, a quick shout out. If you like to hear what I do in Commander Class and you want to help and support out the channel, I have my small Etsy shop where I make t-shirts and hoodies in multiple colours and sizes for people to enjoy. So if you like me and what I do and want to help out and support the channel, first buy yourself something nice, secondly subscribe, third like, comment and watch more of my content. It is a great way to support the channel and pick up something cool at the same time. There'll be a link in the description down below. So what is Miracle? This ability is written Miracle cost. If the first card a player draws during any turn has Miracle, he or she may reveal the card. If the card is revealed, the player may cast the card for its Miracle cost. So what does that mean in simple terms? So at the beginning of your turn you get to draw a card for free. If you look at that card and it says Miracle, you're allowed to show your opponents. If you show your opponents for that turn and that turn only, you get to pay it for its Miracle cost, which is usually a lot cheaper than the cost itself. This makes it very powerful because you get to save a lot of mana or play a very heavy curved mana spell card earlier on. There's usually two catches when it comes to this. The first one being it's high risk, high reward. If you have any form of extra draw and you draw a Miracle card, you're paying full price for that card. The second one being kind of a weird mechanical thing when it comes to the players. If people know there is Miracle in your deck, you kind of have to draw with your hands up, being like, this is the card I've drawn, yep, doesn't have Miracle, goes into my full hand. There is a fair few players that have been caught picking up the card, putting it in their hand and going, oh, I draw the one with the Miracle, and then kind of switching it out and then playing it because they already had the Miracle card in their hand. So it's people try and cheat with Miracle pretty much. You kind of have to prove that it is the card you've drawn by kind of picking it up and going, see, it's not in my hand, yeah, Miracle card, here you go. So that's kind of the only two downsides when it comes to this. But there's also benefits of it. You can put cards in your deck, scry it out, put cards from your hand back on top of your library to make sure that you're able to draw it that turn. But you kind of need to put those cards in. But now let's go over the actual cards with Miracle in them. These are some of the flashiest spells in Magic the Gathering. Majority of these feel absolutely incredible to play. When you hit it at the right time and play it for its Miracle cost, you do get kind of a big ego boost. A chunk of these are game changers or game enders. Others feel a bit more niche, but if you build the deck around it enough, it's high risk, high reward. That is easier on your side than it is on your opponent's. But when it comes to Miracle cards, you get cards just like Bonfire of the Damned, Retreat the Angels, Temporal Mastery, Devastation Tide, Entreat the Dread, Metamorphosis Fanatic, Redress Fate, Reforge the Soul, Revenge of the Haunted, Sister Repentia, Terminus, Triumph of St. Kenrith, Zephyrim, Banishing Stroke, Blessing of Nature, Vanishment, Thunderous Wrath. They are cool cards overall and very, very powerful. A lot of players do play this, but they always add in cards like Scroll Rack and the Spinning Top cards to make sure they get it, or a bunch of Scry. When it comes to Commander, I don't think they're played as much or kind of unique. There is more powerful cards that roughly do the same, but you're playing the less. It's the high risk, high reward that's not really worth it. I don't think Miracle is as good as people want it to be, because people would rather play the reliable cards than the high risk, high reward version of them. However, I do think that Miracle should be played more, and I do think they need to make more Miracle cards to make it somewhat worth it. The other main thing that I don't like about Miracle is that people will try and cheat it out. Now I know that's more of a play thing than the game itself, but a lot of people are very skeptical and go, I did not see you, I seen you pull that out from your hand, you might not have done that this turn, so I'm not counting it, type of, and it can cause arguments. But do I think it is worth putting in your deck? Depending on the Miracle card, I do think it is kind of worth it if you have Scry in there, and even if you don't, depending on the card and what your deck does, it is worth it. But overall, I think putting in the more reliable, non-high risk, high reward card version of it is a better way to make your deck more playable. But if you want the fun and want the excitement of, am I going to do it, am I going to pay the full price or the really cheap version of it, then I do think it is worth it. It's kind of like the Joey flip coin deck, if that's what you're into. I do think Miracle can be fun and is a blast, but it depends on you and your play group. But as always, if you like me and what I do and want to help out the channel, first like and subscribe and comment and do all that YouTubey stuff we always ask for. Secondly, let me know what you think down in the comments down below, what you think of Miracle and what cards you would build, or if you have a Miracle deck, let me know in the comments down below too. While you're there, watch more of my content, like, subscribe, follow and all that other stuff. And as always, if you like this Commander class, we have last week's Commander class here, a playlist of all the Commander classes I make here, and a subscribe button here, and I'll see you all in the next video.